let's we see the what is bubble sort. We already tell, and this is bubble sort is the order of n square sorting, and this has the less time complexity only, but the space extra memory is taken, and the bubble sort is a comparisons based type of sort. And in this ppt and how the bubble sort is working in a logic and bubble sort programs are. After that, what is the properties of the bubble sort? These are all the topics to seen in this slide. And going to the first one, iterations of bubble sort. This means this is only the logic for the bubble sort. We are all know the sorting. What is sorting means is arranging in the particular format on or ascending or descending, that is called the sorting. From the list of this one from the list of this list, we have the 5 elements, so there will be the n minus 1, that means 4 pass is nothing but the 4 iterations is happening in this list. From the first iterations, the same one is list is copied and going to check the first 2 elements. The second one is small means swap the 2 elements, otherwise keep it as well. So comparing the first 2, the second one is smallest, so swap the thing to in the next one, and comparing the next to 8 and 7 is small, so 7 and 8 is also swap, and comparing the next 3, 8 and 3, next 2 elements 8 and 3 is also the smalls, and going to swap, and comparing the next 3, 8 and 1, the 1 is also the small, and swap these things also. So finally we get the largest number in this list in the last value. So bubble sort is also used for find the largest first numbers and largest second and largest third. These numbers are finding using the bubble sort is also the easy. And going to the second iteration, first iteration is going to find the first largest number in the last position. Then going to the second iterations, same value is copied here, and going to compare the 5 and 7 is largest, and so not swap is necessary, and comparing 7 and 3, 3 is a small, no, so swapping the 2 values, and comparing this 7 and 1 is the small, so swapping that 2 also. So finally the iteration 2, we will get the last 2 greatest number is get. So next iteration is I going, and same number is copied here, comparing the first 2, 3 is small, so swap it, and 5 1 and 1 is small, so that is also swap the. So finally we get a 5 7 8 of 3 largest number I get. So I going to the next iterations, and next iterations comparing the first 2, second one is small, so swap the thing. So finally I get the sorted list of ascending order. So this is the bubble sort working logic. We are going to the next one, bubble charts program. How the bubble chart is working in the program means same logic is happening in this. Extra we uses the OC and IC. OC means outer loop count, IC means inner loop count. So OC is going to comparing the values of the outer loops only, how many times it running, and see efficiency for that OC and IC is works. OC is the for number of iterations happen, and IC is for the swap between the two numbers is happens. So from the first one, 2 loop is working. No, I'm already tell for the first for loop, the inner for loop is working in the same for loop, means this is the order of n squares method. So bubble chart is the order of n squares method, and we have a I and j, it have the conditions less than size is a 5 only. So going to the first loop, I is working, and the OCC plus means outer loop is counting, and going for the second loop and inner loop, j is also working, and the IC plus means inner loop count is also working. So going to compare the values, I'm use the element of 5, 9, 7, 2, 8. These are the list I have means in bubble chart. This is I, 5 is I, and j is I plus 1 means 9 is j. So comparing the I and j, if I is greater than j means swap the I and j. So comparing the 5 and 9, which is greater means 9 is greater, so j is greater. It not to be swap. I is greater only, it be swap. If I is greater, they swap the thing of I and j. So comparing the next 9 and 7, I is greater, so swap the thing 9, 5, 7, 9, 2 and 8. And comparing from the 9 and 2, 9 is greater, so swap the thing 5, 7, 2, 9 and 8. Comparing the 9 and 8, 9 is greater, so swap the thing. It comes 5, 7, 2, 8 and 9. 2, 8, 9. From the next iterations, we have the element of 5, 2, 7, 8, 9. And from the first one, comparing these two, and 5 is a greater one, so swap 2, 5, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9. So finally we got the sorted list. This is how the bubble chart is working. Next, so I is a greater means swap the thing, and finally output is coming from the outer loop count and inner loop count. What is adaptive means? I already tell adaptive means a sorted list, it adapting itself. So unsorted list is a not adaptive one. So from this bubble chart adaptive, coming to this program, these are the same. Flag is equal to 0 is initialized, and giving this one flag is equal to 1 for the more efficient of this program. Why we are using this one is counting counts of the inner loop and the outer loop is more the taking more times of so the time complexity is large only. So it takes us the adaptive means the program to be the efficient, so the count is less only. Using adaptive, count is less only, so using the flag is equal to 1. What is a flag equal to 1 is working means flag equal to 1 means only the array or list is swap only, count is working, otherwise it not swap means it coming out of the loop, so the count is less only. So this is this purpose we are all using the adaptive. The same logic is working here also. And going to the next slide, bubble chart 1, that means these are the 6 elements, that means 6 elements, so 6 minus 1 or 5 iterations are there in the example. For 6 elements we have the 5 iterations. So we just comparing the same from the bubble logic, comparing and swap the thing. And so every iterations last 2 numbers and 3 numbers 4 numbers is compared, so that is the largest values only, no. So the bubble chart is used for the find the largest 2 numbers 3 numbers only by the iterations of I minus 1, giving this where it is here. And size minus 1 is for the iteration count. This is also used for the j loop, because j is I have a list of 5 elements means this is I means this is j, I plus 1 is the j, so we have the less count of iterations means I minus 1 is the I minus 1 is going to be the size of the j, that is included in this. And same the comparing j and j is greater than j plus 1, this is j and this element is j plus 1, comparing this both. If j is greater, swap the thing, so swap the j and j. So this is same happening in the bubble logic only. It this sort one list is given only the largest values of second and the third three numbers of largest values is giving. So sort one is used for that purpose, and using these also have the adaptive means more efficient the program using the flag methods in the sort ones also. So from this short one, it count is reduced by 1. So because of the iterations is using in the list, count is reducing the one number. So using in this bubble chart one adaptive, the count is finally the given output is outer count is 5 and inner count is only the 1. So outer count is 1 and inner count is 5. So this is very more efficient for the program. So we are using the sort adaptive and bubble sort 1 and adaptive. For the iterations is also more efficient for the count reducibility. So what is a bubble chart properties means? Properties of a bubble chart is nothing but same, and the logic of a sorting algorithm is and the criteria is also noted or included in this one. And the first one is iterations is n minus 1, that is already I am tell n number of elements we have the n minus 1 of iterations. So the next one is number of comparisons. Number of comparison is, this is a small formula we are using the comparing values of finding the time complexity. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is up to the n minus 1. So this normal formula is n into n minus 1 divided by 2. So this is going to be the finding values of the order of n square. So because of the for loop inciting the another for loop is have, so this is the order of n square. And the comparing values giving the four iterations is given the 4 comparisons of the list. Both are the same. And the next one is a number of swaps. Number of swaps is already I am tell the bubble chart. First one is comparing the other elements. Remaining numbers are the bubble one by one in the sort. So this is by the comparing the comparing values and swap it. And the next one is small number comes at say a bubble while shortening. Already I am tell that. And can find largest n numbers in the n iterations. In bubble chart we are using the this one sorting one. Bubble chart 1 is going to the iterations. These iterations are giving the largest number of first numbers, largest number of the first 2 numbers, and largest of the first 3 numbers we are all find easily by the bubble chart. And the next one is can be made adaptive. Yes, it is by using the flag made adaptive in the bubble chart. And the last one, it is stable. Yes, it is stable only. We are sorting the algorithms. If we have a duplicate elements means we sorting the element first position is coming first and second one is coming second. So it is stable order only using in the bubble chart. So these are all the bubble charts logics and programming, and also the properties. Easy to find the bubble chart. This is ended by the PPT.